What's up guys, Citizens here, and today we are going to run the quest and outfly the wolves to get the father of all rocket launchers, Old Man Gjallarhorn. We are starting on the first quest step after picking up the exotic quest from Shaw at the Cosmodrome, so if you have not done that first, please run and grab it and then rejoin us. The first step has you running the Grasp of Avarice dungeon. Upon loading in, you will be in an open area with enemies situated next to a cave. As you defeat enemies, they will drop fake exotic engrams called riches. As you pick them up, you will become burdened by riches and receive a debuff. To get rid of the debuff, you go into the cave and deposit your riches into a crystal, that being a common theme throughout the dungeon. Once you have deposited enough riches into the crystal, the floor next to it will disappear and you will jump down the hole and continue on. Progressing through the dungeon, you may see little bottles with messages in them. While it is a triumph and other achievements can be accomplished by it, it's not the main focus of this video and all locations will not be covered. After jumping down the hole, you will enter a room covered in crystals on the walls, and you will want to defeat the enemies in the room and continue progressing, following the path to the left. You will see a yellow bar vandal in this room, and again, he is part of other achievements and does not need to be defeated for the completion of this dungeon, so you can leave him behind if you would like. There's a little jumping through paths that we have to complete here, but it is all pretty linear for the most part, so just take it easy and follow the path and keep pressing forward. After you have defeated all the enemies and followed the path, this will bring you to the next area where you will find two doors. When you get there, you'll find that if you open that first door, that will happen. So that indicates the door you need to go through is the second one. There is a pressure plate on the floor, so jump past that and hit the switch on the back wall of that room. This will open a big round door outside that you need to go through, and it'll lead you to a thin jumping area. You'll want to watch your step because as you're jumping, the floor panels right there will fall out from under you. So just be sure to watch out and then turn around and jump under those floor panels, and there's a secret room where the real switch is. After you hit that switch, you head back outside to the room with the two doors and you'll jump all the way to the top where you'll find three tubes. You'll want to jump into the last tube, and in this tube you'll find a pressure plate that's actually safe to press. You'll step on it and it'll open the grate above you for you to jump through. Once up, you'll jump on a little box protruding from the wall and then turn around and jump to the right side of the platform behind you because there's a pressure plate on the left side. Then you'll continue jumping, but watch out for the falling floor panels yet again. Once you're in the cave, you'll continue on until you find a room with a switch. You'll press that switch and proceed through the door. You'll enter a big room with multiple doors. You'll want to jump across to the other open door to that room on the inside. Once you're in there, watch out for pressure plates, or that happens. When your teammates revive you, you'll help them clear all these enemies in the room. After all the enemies are clear, you'll press a switch at the back of the room, and this will close the door you came in but open up another door. When you step outside, you'll want to jump across to the other door again on the opposite side of the room. Do the same thing, kill enemies, watch out for pressure plates, and then press the switch at the back of the room. This will open up yet again another door, and you'll want to go through that door. You'll jump to the other side. While jumping across, you'll notice there's a little window to the left, and if you can see, there's a switch panel in that window. So to save you some time, skip this switch inside this little room and jump up the hop up in the back, and then you'll hit the switch in the room with the secret switch. This will spawn enemies and open the large door on the opposite end of the big room. Just a little tip, put some anti-barrier rounds on and you can shoot the Shrieker through the fence in this part. After killing the Shrieker, you can jump to the other side of the room following the same strategy that got you there. Once you've handled all the enemies that spawn, go back to the back of this new room and you'll find a switch there. You'll press that one and it'll open up the opposite side's doors, and you'll make your way over there using the same strategy yet again. Once you're there, you'll find a pair of doors. One of them is right and one of them is wrong. For giggles, you can have your fire team select which one they think it is. As you can see, it wasn't that door. So, go through the door with the light and proceed to the next area. Clear the enemies and you'll find yourself in a large room with 4 different platforms on the outside, numbered 1 through 4. But before we get started with the mechanics, jump to platform 3. Once you're there, you can look back at platform 4 and you'll see a secret chest in between you. Jump up and grab the free loot. Once that's done, you'll see there's a device on door number 4. The ultimate goal is to get a scorch cannon for that door. To do that, you will need to jump to platform 1 and press the button that is outside the door. That will open the doors on platform number 3, so you make your way over there and you handle all of the enemies that are spawning over there. Once complete, you'll hit the switch at the back of the room and that will open the doors back at platform number 1. So you make your way over to platform number 1 and you repeat this process again, killing all of the enemies that spawn there and then making your way to the back of the room and hitting the switch. This switch will open the door at platform number 2. And once you make your way over there, you will find the Scorch Vandal that you need to proceed. You'll make short work of this Vandal, pick up his cannon, and take it to platform 4. You'll fire the cannon at the mechanism and hold the trigger until the shot charges 3 times. Once charged, release it and the door will open. But be careful going up the stairs because you have to jump to the left and avoid a trap that could kill you, so duck out of the way. Continue along the path until you find a little hop up that gets you into a vent. Follow the vent to an open room, and on the other side of the room you jump there and you make your way to the first boss encounter. The first boss encounter uses all the mechanisms that we have learned up to this point, so I hope you've been paying attention. Once you get over there, clear all the small enemies and then pick up the Scorch Cannon that is dropped by the Vandal at the back. Using the same method as before, shoot it in one of the mechanisms to the left or the right of the boss. Let it charge up 3 times before you let it go. This will open a door that will spawn enemies to deal with. You will notice these enemies are dropping riches. The same concept applies to these riches as they did in the beginning, so we're going to need a crystal to drop them in. Luckily, beside our ogre friend is a crystal that we can use to drop our riches, but be sure to use the crystal as cover because he will try to kill you while you do this. Once you've dropped off everything, you can start working on the other side. So use your Scorch Cannon and open the opposite door and do the same thing. You're going to kill all the enemies in there, grab all the riches that they have dropped, and take it to the crystal once more. But make sure you watch out for these thrall that will attack you while you're trying to do this. Once again, use the crystal for cover as you're dropping them off. If you pick up all of the riches from both rooms and take it to the crystal without dropping any, this should be enough to start the damage phase. So you let our ogre friend have it, and you're going to repeat this process until he is defeated. If at any point you need another Scorch Cannon, the Vandal will spawn at the back on the scaffolding so you can grab it from him. Once you have done this process a few times, your ogre friend will be defeated. Be sure to go to the center of the room and grab the loot whenever you're done with him, and then make your way to the back of the room and you'll find a door to continue along the dungeon. When you go through this door, you will follow a path until you find a room with 2 switches beside each other. Again, you can use this moment to test your fire team to see if they guess which switch is the right switch. Obviously, you can see the left one is the correct one. When you press the switch, be ready to hop on your Sparrow because you and your fire team are now in a race against time. You'll want to reach each point to defuse the bomb before it explodes. There's no need to get off your Sparrow unless it is damaged and you need to reset it, because the respawn timers are really long in this and your fire team cannot slow down to pick you up. There are little buttons scattered along the path that will gift more time if you get close enough to them, so be on the lookout. There are dregs stationed at each point to try and shoot you off, so strategize with your fire team to find the best approach to get past them. The more people that can stay alive and try to make it to the end, the better your chances are for completing this encounter. But if you die, don't worry. Your fire team can go on without you and hopefully finish in time. But you'll want to watch out for this last jump though, because it can be a little bumpy. Once they have completed it and get to the end, everyone on the fire team revives and you can join them at the finish. Once everyone is there, you'll proceed through a crystallized tunnel to the next encounter. The next encounter utilizes Scorch Cannons that you fire at mechanisms again, except this time you're powering up a jump pad. So kill this Vandal and take his precious cannon from him again. This time when you shoot, it doesn't have to be held, but it is advantageous to hold the trigger so you can position yourself for a good shot and maintain time to get back to the pad. It is important to note that each pad will have a Vandal there with a Scorch Cannon, just in case you drop yours. The launch pads can be aimed into different predetermined trajectories, so line them up where you need them before launching yourself or whatever else. Once you find the location of the enemies, you'll want to stay there and fight them. While fighting them, you will realize that they are dropping riches again. We know exactly what to do with these by now. The crystal you need to deposit these in are located in the metal structure at the center. Once you have deposited enough riches, the shield on the servitor will disappear and you can destroy it. Once destroyed, it turns into a ticking time bomb, so you'll want to pick up your Scorch Cannon and start moving this thing to the launch pad. You'll want to make sure that the launch pad is aimed at the big dome in the middle of the room and launch this servitor at it. But make sure your friends aren't on the pad for this. Or don't, it's up to you. Once you launch the servitor, you can reposition the pad to go find more enemies and repeat this process at all the node locations. After the final one, the force field under the dome will disappear and you'll notice there's a pad under the dome that will launch you straight up into it. Proceed to that pad and take it. Once you make it to the top, follow this path and it will lead you to the final boss encounter. Once you are in the final boss room, take time to familiarize yourself with your surroundings. You will find 3 Scorch Cannon mechanisms, one on each side of the room and then one where you came in. When you are familiar and ready to start, jump towards the random piece of riches at the middle of the big pad. The boss will spawn along with 2 yellow bar enemies. One of them is a Shank and one of them is a Vandal. There will be dregs spawning around the entire area as well as a Scorch Vandal somewhere. You'll want to kill the Scorch Vandal and take his precious cannon from him because that will help you damage yellow bars. And that helps you save ammo for the boss if you want to save your heavy ammo. If somebody already has a Gjallarhorn, it is very good for this encounter. Once you have killed the Shank, you can start working on the Vandal. At this point, if you have someone that wants to use their super, they are more than welcome. The main reason being, as soon as you kill the Vandal, he drops 10 riches. And if you pick up 10 riches, you automatically get your super back. Whoever picks up the 10 riches should deposit them directly into the crystals so that their timer doesn't go down while we're doing the next part. Once the 2 yellow bars are taken care of, make sure you have a Scorch Cannon and you're going to want to blast it at one of the mechanisms. You will, however, have to hold it 3 times again. This will drop riches from above you and you can run around and collect them and deposit them at the crystal in the middle. You'll want to use the crystal as cover just like you did in the ogre encounter. You can't shoot the same mechanism twice, so make sure you reposition if you want to drop some more. If you get 2 drops, you should have enough to start the boss's damage phase, so everyone meet up in the middle and drop your riches, and then you can let the boss have it. The strategy that my fire team decided to use here was a Warlock with a Rift, as well as a Hunter with Deadshot, and then a Hunter with a Celestial. Obviously, you fought bosses before in the past, so I'm not telling you how to run your fire team. Just make sure you're ready to make the fight short or you're ready for a long one. You're going to have to repeat the process of killing yellow bars and dropping riches to spawn each damage phase, but as soon as you've completed it a few times, the boss will be defeated and that will complete the Grasp of Avarice dungeon and the first step to getting the Gjallarhorn. But don't worry, this is the hardest part of getting the Gjallarhorn and the most cumbersome part of this video. Everything else beyond here is pretty simple. Once you've completed the dungeon, you're going to want to make your way back to Shaw. He's going to give you another quest step. This one is to defeat Powerful Fallen on the Cosmodrome to collect Wolfpack rounds. The easiest place that I have found to complete this portion of the Gjallarhorn is to go to the Exodus Garden 2A Lost Sector. It's directly below Shaw on the map. Make your way over to the Lost Sector and start running it. It's grind time. Just so you're aware, it took me multiple tries of this Lost Sector to get my first Wolfpack round to drop. But after that, they started dropping pretty consistently, so be patient, stay vigilant, and keep grinding this Lost Sector. It is the fastest way I know of to get these. Once you've run it a few times, you take the wolf pack rounds and head back to Shaw. That's where he's going to give you the rocket housing and the next quest step. I know this is a lot of steps, but trust me, the Gjallarhorn is worth it. After talking to Banshee and getting the trigger mechanism, he will send you back to the Cosmodrome to, wait for it, run the Exodus Garden to a lost sector yet again. I know, it's super boring, but I say it again, the Gjallarhorn is worth it. After running the lost sector, you get the targeting system. You're going to take this targeting system back to Shaw's camp and assemble the Gjallarhorn. For some reason, we're assembling a very powerful exotic rocket launcher on a sleeping bag, but who am I to judge? After you have it put together, you're going to take it over to Shaw so he can do Shaw things to it and complete it. And there you have it, a brand new Gjallarhorn, the rightful king of rocket launchers and true heir to the throne. Hey guys, what's going on? I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it helped you out in your Gjallarhorn grind. If it did and you enjoyed it, please make sure you go down and drop a like on it. Also, if you want to see more content like this moving forward, I'll be posting a lot more Destiny 2 content, so please make sure you subscribe and ring the bell to get notified whenever I post more. Also, we're live most days over on Twitch, so if you want some help grinding with your Guardian, hop on over to Twitch, drop me a line in chat, and we will definitely help you grind up, or you can help us, or we can just be friends. It doesn't really matter. Just come on by Twitch, hit the follow, and drop me a line, and let's link up sometime. See you guys in the next video.